Hello, everybody, and welcome to Zack Talk Shop here. I've been live in a long time. I missed you guys. Some of you have never seen me live, so to those of you, I'll miss you at a future date when I do a different live stream. But I miss the classic guys right now, the classic guys. So we're here doing this live stream. Everybody's living a great life. Thought I'd come on here, do some live podcasts because when I do live podcasts, I just enjoy them more when there's guys to talk to. When I record a podcast here and it's just me talking to the computer, it's kind of dead feeling. So I'd rather not have the dead feeling. So I want to see now if I can see the chat now whenever I bring up the screen. It's been a while and there's probably going to be some hiccups. Just to let you guys know, there's going to be some hiccups out there. I hope you hear me all right. I hope all that stuff is good. So let's see if I can see the comments. Well, there's comments. No, wrong screen. See, hiccup immediately. I want to see the live chat. There we go. All right, so that's not so bad. Okay, got some Ryobi in the background. Great. I love Ryobi. It's just like Milwaukee, except a different color. I'm pretty sure that's true. Guys, what's up? What's up, Raw? What's up? Let's see if I can see everybody here. Move my Trend Micro antivirus software. So you got Raw. We got Zack. What's up, Zack? What's up, Freon Leon? And I think that was it. And Raw again. So hope everybody's doing well out there tonight. Let the chat stay on the screen for a second. It's been a while since I did a live podcast. Kind of wanted to shrink from the public eye for a while. You ever had the mood where you just didn't want to be out there in the live space? You're going to hide behind the wall of pre-recorded material. Well, that's where I was for a while. Just holidays came by, other reasons maybe. And then we'll just get past that. So, great. Hope everybody's doing well. Guys, there is a lot to talk about, as always. I had some comments come through, and I need to bring up my comments here while I'm doing this because I had some regular YouTube comments, and I kind of X'd out of that screen so I could go do something else. Bring up the live broadcasting screen or whatever, do whatever that is all about. Have to do it. Have to do it to stream live. Got to be on YouTube and hit the button and everything if you have, like, software that you use, which is what I do. You can just hit the live button, but that's just not the same to me. It's not the same. All right, I'm going to go to my comments here. Now I got some good ones. I got some new ones that just came in there, so kind of changing that over there. Let me go to the comments there. Oh, that actually looks like it works halfway decent. Great. That's pretty good. Okay, we can live with that. So we have the first comment is, how does it compare to the 12-volt torque wrench? See, there's a 12-volt torque wrench, and then there's these 20-volt wrenches, and the 20-volt wrenches are typically better. Unless it's Milwaukee. And sometimes the 12 volt is just as good as the 18 volt. Of all these three wrenches here, I've used, let's see, we have the Temu one. That's a what you would expect. That's bad. Temu one's real bad. Even though it's the Bosch Freak, which means you can put impact driver bits in it, or you can use like sockets, it sucks for both. It's just bad. The Hyper Tough was really, really powerful, actually. It was pretty nice, but the Ryobi, I just liked it better. It just felt better. It did a little bit better whenever you're actually backing stuff out, which is what you're using those things for so much of the time anyway. You got to back stuff off. That's where you need all that strength. So I kept the Ryobi. I got rid of the Hyper Tough, and nobody wants the Temu. Maybe I'll shoot it with a gun. That's what I used to do to tools that no one wants. So next comment is, you're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very nice. And I'm scroll down here. It says, Zack tells me one thing. If you had an ice maker, which gas would you use, 422D or 404A? Well, ice maker being the lower temperature refrigeration, which is not my specialty or never was my specialty, I would guess that you would probably use 404A. Our 422D is widely used as a replacement refrigerant. There's 422B and 422D that are real prevalent. 422B, how I was told, is for higher temperature, like comfort cooling, which is the air conditioners in your houses. And 422D is for maybe medium temperature. So I guess 422D would be better than B, but probably go with 404A since it has pretty much been it's a global polluter, but you know what? It works good. So I guess you just go with that one. You guys in the chat can let me know because I don't work on ice machines. I never have worked on ice machines. And the one time I did work on one, it was like a debacle. You want to get your technicians to be well trained. Next one says video volume way too low, but like thousands of people had watched that video already, so it couldn't be too bad. Goodman R32 is currently at $1.99 per 25-pound bottle. R32 is a new refrigerant used in some machines, and it is mildly flammable. R454B is, I don't know. I don't know what the R454B is. I have no idea. If you know in the chat, you can let me know. Let me do one more of these. We'll go back to the chat for a minute. So next comment is, I picked up the FlexiClick for around $100. That's Bosch. I already had an OMT, but the $50 more, it might be worth snagging both. I don't know. Oh, the multi-tool. I got it. Because this was the Bosch FlexiClick, which is this guy right here, which has the heads that come off. You can change. For example, here's another one, the offset head. For if you had to drill a screw in right close to like the top of a cabinet or something, then you can get really close with that. I love this. That's why I put it up here, not for this comment actually, but because I love this drill. And we had a big discussion when the video came out about whether you use it like this or would you put the little piece that goes on it with the collet, locking collet. I leave it like this now because it's really short, and I don't know. I don't think that's the right way to do it, but that's what I do because it's shorter. So this guy goes on to say, I have both the M12 installation driver and the Bosch. I prefer the Bosch, but if you put a gun to my head, I'd make the Milwaukee work. But, you know, most of the time when you're choosing these type tools, they don't have guns to your head. So the Bosch is fine. There's Milwaukee people that are crazy out there, so maybe they do have guns. I like this Bosch thing, though. I use it in the shop all the time. But then again, I use Hyper Tough, too, so I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. All right, let's go back to the live chat. We'll see what's going on over there. Nope, that ain't it. Let's switch over. Wow, there we go. Subject, what other DeWalt and Milwaukee stuff are you going to sell? Let's see. I sold the Atomic. Okay, maybe the rationale for this would be good to go over. So I sold the Atomic drill driver and impact driver. I had those, and those are like a medium power drill, I guess, drill and impact driver. A lot of people have like 3 sets. You have like the DeWalt XR. You have the Atomic series. It's nice. It's powerful, yet small. And then you have their brush stuff, which is just for people who want to say they have a DeWalt, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. I don't know. Why is my thing over there is lagging way behind? I'm going to pause that. There we go. So I got rid of those. Someone bought those. Someone bought the batteries. I was going to keep the batteries for some of my adapters. I was like, I should just force myself to build those batteries because I wanted to build the batteries for the older tools. Just get like some, and they're nowhere near me right now, or I would show you, like the lithium batteries and just build the battery because it doesn't look like it's all that difficult. I've sort of put one together, but the board sucked because I got like a $2 board. It worked. The tool worked for like 1 minute and then it broke. So I need to improve upon that. Which I will as time goes by. But so I got rid of those, and then I have this Milwaukee fuel grinder. Now, this Milwaukee fuel grinder, I was thinking to myself, I was going through all the tools that I have in the shop because I had a lot of doubles of stuff because I was testing a lot of tools for like the last 2 or 3 months. I was like, well, what can I get rid of? What don't I need? Because, you know, money is better than a tool you don't use. And I thought about this one. My wife actually got this one for me. And I started using it to clean up this metal furniture and some of my metal tools. And this isn't going anywhere. It's really, really awesome. I love that grinder. It's fantastic. So I can't get rid of that. That's the only M18 tool I have. I have a lot of like lower end tools, and they've actually done pretty well here. I use tools in my shop, which you guys can't see. I was going to set up another camera, but there's no point because there's not enough time. I'll try to do it next time I do this sort of thing. But I was going to set up another camera so I could show some of the tools in action if you guys wanted to see them, because I use them every day. I use tools. I'll use drill drivers every day, most of the time 12 volt. and impact drivers every day. What else? I have a miter saw. It's actually battery powered. I use that every day. The table saw, I use it every day. And you guys will have to see. Oh my gosh, you have to see my dust collector I built. I can't do that now because obviously I don't have the camera, but I will get this whole thing because I have a lav microphone. I've had it for a long time. It's really good. If I set the other camera up, I can walk over there and show you guys actually live, and you can say, wow, what a great device. Or you can say, what a piece of garbage. What have you done to those Hyper Tough trash cans? That's right. It's 2 Hyper Tough trash cans. I'm going to call it the Hyper Tough 1000 dust collector. I think that's a good name for it. So let's see here. Kangaroo says 60 volt flex volt on the 20 volt DeWalt is the only way to fly. Lasts forever, and it's like having an extra speed. Yeah, I think there's certain batteries that you could definitely tell they give it like that extra oomph, like that, especially brushless motors. Like you get a brushless motor that it can handle more power, but the battery is so throttled in the way it delivers power, it doesn't give it enough power. Now, I know, let me get them right here. Like this grinder has the same 5 amp hour batteries that, all these sets come with when you buy like the deals. I'm talking about M18. But if I were to get something like that new Forge battery, Milwaukee's got it's the Forge battery. It's really nice. It's lithium pouch cells instead of cylindrical lithium cells. It's supposed to be the bee's knees. This grinder would be more powerful, probably by a few hundred watts. So it's a significant bump up in power. Now, this grinder is significantly better than any other grinder I have in the shop. So it's already nice, but with the Forge battery. But the thing is, when you get these deals, like I get a deal where you get the 2 batteries and a charger, and they give you a free tool. They do it like every Thanksgiving, and it lasts until, I think it's still going, actually, maybe. And if you do this deal, you get your free tool. So you got your batteries. So unless you really, really want another battery, you're stuck with those batteries. I mean, yeah, it's tempting to say, I want to go get a better battery, and then I can, really enjoy the maximum. When this level I'm at now is probably fine, and I'll never notice. But, I know in my heart I could have done better. Like I have Hercules tools. People like throw up in my mouth. I have Hercules tools. I have the circular saw, 7 1/4 inch circular saw, and I got the 8 amp hour battery, and the 8 amp hour battery and the 12 amp hour battery for that matter. They have 21/700 battery cells. And I believe that means they're 21 millimeters wide by 70 multimeters. That's a long battery. Millimeters long. It's 21 millimeters by 70 millimeters. So it's a little bit bigger than the batteries we normally see, which are 18650, which I guess is 18 by 65. And they're a little bit more powerful. You can put out more power. They have more storage. So you'll see one of those that has like 5,000 milliamp hours or something compared to 2,000 or 2,500 is what I've seen a lot. I'm sure there's better batteries than the ones I've seen, but the ones I've seen, that's what they look like. It's tempting, and the thing is a beast. It really is a pretty good saw. I don't think it's the strongest saw in the world by any means. I had a Makita 18 volt times 2, which is it takes 2 18-volt batteries. It was sweet. I love that saw. That cut through 2x4s like butter. I loved it. And it's gone. Like so many tools, it's like my father and his gun collection. It's constantly evolving. Tools are coming in, tools are coming out. Well, okay, I'm going to get some of this drink right here. I'm going to take my break. Actually, my first part of my break, because the show is sponsored by people, believe it or not. I have to actually talk about it. It's not pre-recorded, but the other 2 are pre-recorded. So let's do all of them, but I can do my talking ones first and I try to make it funny. So first sponsor is Yellow Jacket. Now, Yellow Jacket, HVAC manifolds for HVAC and auto guys. The Brute 2, Series 41, and Titan. A lot of people use these manifolds. They've been around for a long, long time. Very trusty analog manifolds. So a lot of people like digital now. Nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people like to carry an analog as well. Series 41, that goes back a long time. And these are all ready to go for A2L refrigerants, meaning these new refrigerants like R32, you can use these A2L manifolds. They're ready to go. You can find out more at yellowjacket.com, or you might even go to their website and enjoy learning. I don't know. Well, I don't know what you're into in your spare time. So there you go. Navac Global has been a sponsor for a long time. This is their new recovery machine. Recovers refrigerant, in case you're wondering. It's not recovery if you're an alcoholic. It recovers refrigerant. See, I made it funny there by mentioning alcoholism. Wait a second. That might not be funny. I don't know. But it's the NR7. It's lightweight, it's powerful, and it's everything you've ever dreamed of. Look at the fan on the end. It's so big. That's good. Big fan good means big condenser means lower pressure. And that's a good thing when you're recovering refrigerant, and it makes your life a lot easier and the recovery process a lot faster. So now I can drink my drink, and you guys enjoy these ads that I pre-recorded. If you run a home service business like painting, contracting, lawn care, or cleaning, your to-do list is endless. From hiring staff to mountains of paperwork, not to mention doing the actual work that pays the bills. Jobber is a mobile and online app that helps you organize your business and look professional. With Jobber, you can quote jobs, schedule your crew, invoice, and get paid all in one place. Try it free today at getjobber.com/shoptalk. TreeTech Tools has a wide variety of great test equipment. It covers industrial emissions, cooling and heating service, building performance, and electrical testing. Those and so many more. TreeTechTools.com. Use the Shop Talk discount code to support this show and save 8% off at TreeTech Tools. Alrighty, well that was it. I didn't get quite the long break that I thought it was. I was kind of leaning back for a second, and I heard myself say, so use Shop Talk. I was like, well, that's the end of that one. Go faster. All right, let's see here. We got some comments rolling through. Hey guys, you make the show. So I see your comments, and then I comment on your comments, and before you're done, I got content, and we call it a night. So let's see here. Live chat. Let's go here to the live chat. Oh, I own 2 of the 3. Kanga, I guess you're talking about those manifolds, probably, the Yellow Jacket manifolds. Owen says, Field Piece wireless probes are definitely awesome, but you always need a regular manifold. I think they're awesome, too. They're really good. I say they're the poor man's iManifold, or iConnect, and they're not really for the poor man, but iConnect's so expensive. That's how you have to talk about it. It's iConnect. So I love the iConnect, by the way. It's the premium and the pinnacle of HVAC gauges to me still, to this day, even though I don't even use gauges. I just sense things. Kanga says, I'm a field piece probe guy for sure. Can't wait for spring. Hey, you know you love being a technician when you can't wait for spring. You can break out your gauges. What's up, Jessica? Jessica. I just love Jessica. Don't tell Craig. I love you, Jessica. Kanga says, I love everything they make except for the electrical meters. Hey, what's wrong with... Kanga, what kind of electrical meter do you like? Because I like Field Piece. I use Field Piece almost exclusively the entire time I was an HVAC technician. The Field Piece, and I'll say it again, guys, and if you've been here for a while, you have Fluke baby. Fluke baby. Yeah. The Field Piece SC57. That's just funny. Of course it's Fluke. He wasn't going to yell, Ampro, bro. What was that? They used to sponsor this program back in the day. What was that one we were all? ACD 14 Pro? ACD Pro 14 or something like that. It was pretty good, but they're made by Fluke, just like Ryobi's made by Milwaukee. They're the same. Oh, man. SC57 is the best meter ever made. That's what I'm trying to say here. SC57. Best meter ever made. They should not have made other meters. I don't hear nothing about this Fluke 902 FC. Whatever. Freon Leon says the Milwaukee Rocket Light is bright. I've never had a Milwaukee Rocket Light. I'm using a couple of Heart lights that I purchased at Walmart because they were on clearance for $20. So I have them set up right over here. They're actually pretty good for what they are. I wouldn't chuck them at a wall, though. That's for sure. Fluke, baby. I just love it. Ryan says, do you think all the HVAC manufacturers will showcase their A2L refrigerant equipment at HR this year, or will they wait until next year's show? Well, I think if I love you back. I think that if they were going to do it, they'd do it this year for sure, because I figured I would have figured they would have already done it I haven't been to HR in a few years, but I would have figured that would be something they would have already done. But I don't know. If they got something new, they will, and they should have something new coming up here. Pretty much all of them, I think. I know Carrier was supposedly going to already crank these things out. That's R454B. So I'm not sure. I know a lot of people are going to AHR, and maybe some of the people in this very chat are, so they might be able to report back at a future date. Freon Leon is saying they're rolling out 2025 with refrigerant change and equipment. Now, I thought, didn't Carrier say they were doing that in 2023? I don't know. I miss that R22, guys. Am I right? There's like a go-to line for podcasters. I like R22, bro. They need to roll back to that. It wouldn't hurt no atmosphere. Hey, if it stays in the machine, it's not hurting anything, right? So let's make the machines not leak. You can use R502. As long as it stays in the machine, it's fine. Oh, let's see. Oh, Jessica's not going to the AHR, but she probably went to the Kalos thing because I'm pretty sure that she would go to that because it's where she works. That would be irresponsible. Okay, yeah. Freon Leon says 2025. Yeah, I know they were doing like a later date, but like I think wasn't Carrier getting like a jump start on it? And I guess if Carrier does and Bryant does and Heil and ICP units do and all that stuff, I don't know. It's just a bunch of government crap. Oh, I thought the symposium already happened. I was talking to her about going to Brian Orr's thing. I thought it had already occurred, but I guess it is coming up. Maybe is it? That's not the same time as AHR. They wouldn't do that, would they? He's not competing with AHR now. I mean, one day I'm sure, but not this year. Yeah, Kangaroo guys, right? It's like with so many things, it's just a whole bunch of like we want it to look good. Everything's about looking good, guys. Nothing's about it working right. Everything's about how it makes somebody somewhere else feel. Because honestly, I look at machines. I had a career that spanned from 94 practically to until about a couple years ago. I haven't really stayed on top of like the latest machines. But I notice as time goes by, they will try to save money, which they always have, try to save money on everything. But it seemed like there was a durability that they could tolerate when the SEER requirement was lower. That's what I've kind of always said. It's you could get away with more. Like for example, maybe I should use for example. If you wanted to make the coil more durable, but the heat transfer may be slightly worse, maybe they could get away with something like that back in the day. You know, everything leaks eventually, but it just seems like if you keep the refrigerant in the machine, then we wouldn't have a problem. I don't know. Just no one talks about that. Kira did the same nonsense. Yeah, you know, it's cyclical. I think most of it is you can't do anything about it. And it's because some business or some corporate entity is controlling how the government regulates something. And it's completely out of our hands. It's being affected by people who have not your well-being in mind, that's for sure. Just that's what I've always thought. I've thought that, hey, they don't think about techs. I think about techs. I don't think about the homeowners. I don't think about the other guys. I think about the technicians because that's what I was. I was a technician. And they don't think about technicians at all. They could give a crap about that. Yeah, if you get your let's not go into that, but I don't believe they think about us, and I don't know who they're trying to do stuff for, just trying to make somebody look good. Kangaroo God says race car engines are tuned for efficiency. They're also expensive to repair and are not designed to last a long time. That is how AC is. I mean, that seems about right. They don't want them to last. I'm driving. What's up, Clint? Clint, I don't know if I put that picture in here. There's a picture of that knife you sent me. I was going to show everybody, but I don't think I included that. Daggone it. Well, I'll tell you what I did include. We'll talk about it. So I'll come back to the chat. It's hard for me I won't be able to see you for just a second, chat. So I did have one question. Well, let me run through as many of these things as I can because I'm trying to balance it out a little bit because I'm talking HVAC. We're talking other tools and all that stuff. I can see the chat from far away. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I can jump it out. I can pop out chat. Okay, so I can sort of see you guys now. Okay. It doesn't move. Okay, my computer probably locked up or whatever, but that's fine. All right. If you can still see me, I'm glad. My mini splits seem to last forever. I don't know if that's a joke or not. That's funny. Homeowner loses their efficiency savings as soon as they have to pay to replace the leaking coil. Yeah, and when there's like 5 layers of dirt on there. Well, it's not as efficient anymore. It's not 18 SEER now. No, it's 1.8 SEER. You have another decimal place. Okay, so I'm going to run through the stuff that you guys will frown upon and crap on, which is going to be, hey, there's a Bauer deal out there, guys. You may think this is silly, but I've got a lot of their tools, and they seem pretty good. And that's a pretty good deal to get 2 batteries and a tool, especially if it's a tool you don't use very often. Now, if you're going to be using this every day in the trade, you might want to get something else. But like, if you're like me in the shop, not for the router, I need a good router because I like routing. But if you get like these shears and like that, and you cut every now and then, you cut metal every now and then that's a good idea. It's a pretty good deal if you can stomach it and buy the warranty. You know, you should definitely buy the warranty. Here's another one that you guys may go for, but here we go. Get 2 free tools. I thought this was pretty good, guys. This deal cost $200, and I bought this deal because I wanted 2 free tools, and I just sold off the parts I didn't want, and it pretty much pays for the whole deal. So you get this set right here. You pay $200 for it, which I never would in a million years, because there's sales that you get that for way cheaper. But you get 2 free tools. So you get, these are the ones I chose. You can get the grinder. I need a jigsaw, so that looks appealing to me even right now. The router, I use router because, you know, I do woodworking, so woodworking people are watching, perhaps. And then a 6.5 circular saw. That's a pretty good deal. I'm pretty sure that's going to run out here at the end of January. Let me see what else. Oh, I showed this to Clint since Clint was here. And this is something that I had got at like a yard sale, because I do this thing where I buy like yard sale stuff, like hand tools, especially older ones. And then also, tag on it, I'm thinking about, what is it called that I do? I just completely brain farted. Auctions. Sorry, auctions. So I found this snap-on wrench. And Clint, what year did you say this was from? Like 60 something. It's a snap-on wrench, reversible ratchet. It still works. I thought it was really cool. Once I saw it said snap-on, it was in the yard sale. I was like, I will buy this. It was like they were selling it for like $10. It's like, I will be taking this snap-on tool. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I don't think I put my other thing in there. I had a... Oh, yeah, here's the old tools that I was cleaning today. And I was using that with the Milwaukee grinder because it's awesome. The M18 I was speaking of earlier, this is like a hand ratchet. I don't know what you call this. You drive sockets with it. And you have a wrench, a few drill bits. All this was covered in rust and crap. And those snips right there, or shears, or whatever you want to call them, are Weiss or Wiss. I always said Weiss, but I guess it's Wiss. Wiss-10 is what they're called. I'm not sure what that means. It's dash the number 10. I like the 10 snips. But I cleaned those up, and I'm going to sell those at my... I remodel a lot of furniture. I'm going to sell those there, too. I'm going to have like Zack's vintage tools there. So every now and then I'll put one up there. Let's see. It says there's ads popping up. I skipped the ads, guys, so you're welcome. I don't know. There's this thing that popped up on YouTube that says, how many ads do you want to run during your live stream? And where's the live chat at? Good night. Where is the live chat? Guys, I hope you're still there. I don't see the live chat anymore. I'm going to try to bring it back. It just completely disappeared. All right, there it is. What a bunch of crap, YouTube. That's not even my fault. So, mini splits last for... Okay, that's silly. Yeah, it disappeared on the YouTube screen for some reason. Whenever the little thing popped up, said, "Do you want to run an ad?" I said, no. I don't make very much from ads. So, I have sponsors. So, I might as well just go with the sponsors and not annoy anybody with ads. That's what I figure. Owen says SEER 2 actually makes sense. It definitely makes sense. The only reason people get bent out of shape is because they do it one way for a long period of time, and they want to stick with that way. They're used to that, and all of a sudden someone throws in a new way. So this is more accurate, but everything is relative. It's like if you go through this whole SEER 1 thing for so long, and then they just switch it, I mean, you could really just you could just keep using SEER 1, I guess. I don't know. It's just one of those things that it is more accurate, though, so I don't know. I think it's good. And Seer 2 is basically taking into account a higher static pressure when they're rating the equipment. I think that's the only difference, guys. Let me know if there's another difference, but I know it's has to do with static pressure being, I guess, probably 0.5 instead of whatever they rated at before, like 0.1. Whatever, never going to happen. Static pressure that they used before. And let's see. Owen says he's tired from installing an air handler in attic today. Hey, we're about to wrap it up here, Owen. Don't worry, man. Just hang on for a couple more minutes. We're about to be done. Jessica said, I replaced a Carrier green speed condenser fan motor in the rain. Now, that sounds like some kind of electronically commutated motor. And that's probably dangerous. Although it is Florida, just get yourself the little tent thing. I just hope there's no hurricanes. The Bosch air handler is heavy AF. Yeah, I got one of those Bosch air handlers in my attic. It is pretty heavy. It's pretty daggone heavy. Yeah, you are absolutely right. But luckily, Bosch, you can hook them up to anything now, I think. I think Bosch, you hook them up to Goodman, you can hook them up to everything. Kangaroo Guy says, beats my 3-inch snow in Buffalo. Yeah. Buffalo, man. That makes me think about my poor Meemaw, God rest her soul, over in Rochester. The lake effect snow, and it's like New York City has 2 inches of snow, and up there with Meemaw, there's a 3-foot snowdrift. Yeah. Oh, 3 foot. Yeah, that sounds more like Meemaw then. I was just telling that story. You probably got some of that lake effect stuff where you get like dumped on snow. I love Bosch. It's sad China makes my favorite unit. Hey, China makes your favorite everything, man. Don't feel bad. Everything's made in China except for that snap-on wrench I just showed you. And the hand tools that I cleaned. Almost every single thing is made in China. If you're going to find stuff that's not made in China, like, here, let's end up with this, because Temu is a site that I see the women love. I looked on Temu. I haven't ordered some things on Temu. It's more like a curiosity. I've got a few items there. And my sister-in-law comes over to the house, I think it was Christmas time, and goes, you know, Temu uses slave labor. I don't know if she said children slaves or just slaves. Not that there's, you know, one of them's not really that much better than the other one, you know. And I was like, huh. And I, you know, I took it to heart. I was like, I don't know if I want to order from this Temu. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if all of them use that. Because I see the things that are sold on Temu are also sold on Amazon. So do all of them use that? So I'm thinking I was right. I'm thinking I want to retreat from society and live off the grid. And that's the only way to avoid buying stuff is to, you know, eat your own food that you slaughter in the woods and just live off the grid. That's what I think I'll do. Jessica says, I love snow, but freeze too easily after being ruined by Florida. Kangaroo says, I got to run. I got to run too, man. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. It's been about half an hour. It'll be time for me to tuck Jackson in here in a few minutes. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. But I wanted to be live again. I enjoyed it. I'll be back live again. Sometimes it's just, and I'm going to tell you what, I love testing tools. I love making videos where I redo the furniture. It's a lot of fun, but also it makes it way longer than it needs to be. And it's almost like if you do too much of that, you don't actually get to use the tools, which is the point of them. So I was like, I love testing them, and I'll probably still test them, but I'd rather build something and use them. So probably do a little bit more of that and some more of this, which is easier for me to do. And I can talk about stuff, and that's easy to talk. And now I'm done talking, guys. Clint, Jessica, Kangaroo God, Owen, Freon, Leon, and everybody else, Raw, and everybody that was here. I'm glad that you were happy to see me. Jessica, it's good to see you too. I'll try to do this a little bit more regular. It's just, like I said, it's just sometimes it's easier to do this sort of thing. And I was thinking about it today. I said, I need to do live. Or I think about it yesterday. And I got very excited. I was like, oh, I want to do live. Huh. Wow. And I was so excited. So I'm glad I did this. My HVAC life, many happy barbecue burnt ends to you, sir. And I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you again soon. And God bless all of you.